you can count on. You're watching WTVM News Leader 9. Sponsored by Montlick & Associates, Columbus Injury Attorneys.
Arrests are made in a disturbing home invasion case in Meriwether County. We'll tell you who's in custody and if more suspects may be at large. Plus, Phoenix City voters get up close and personal with candidates for mayor. Hear what the two men running for the seat had to say about the race ahead.
News Leader 9 Morning is going back to school. We're live from Smith Station High School.
And as we go back to school, we do have a few sprinkles on the radar this morning, but I'll break down your full forecast coming up.
Hello there, and welcome into the Wednesday edition of News Leader 9 Morning. I'm Chuck Leonard.
I'm Elizabeth Giamore.
And it is another back-to-school special, just like we did on Monday. This morning, the students returning in Lee County, Alabama, which is where we find our Cheryl, Renee, and Roslyn, Giles. Tell us where you are, ladies.
Good morning. We are in the gym of Smith Station High School, a beautiful facility here, and we're going to tell you everything you need to know, parents and students, for this first day back to school.
Yeah, go Panthers! Woohoo! We need our pom-poms.
We need our pom-poms.
We're trying to get some, but we don't have any. Hopefully we'll get them soon. But I tell you, we are going to be joined by Smith Station High School choral director who has a lot of accolades for this school that she's accomplished with the choir here. And also we'll have another special guest joining us. So you'll want to stick around all morning long.
Lots to tell you guys. Back to you.
We certainly look forward to it. We'll join you momentarily. First, though, let's check the weather. Here is Elizabeth.
Thanks, Chuck. Well, as I was saying, we do have some sprinkles on the radar this morning. We're going to keep the rain around for the rest of the afternoon. I gave the bus ride home a C+, as we're looking at a 60% chance of showers, and it's going to be a little wet for some. But Lee, Troup County going back to school, and we're going to keep that rain in the forecast for the rest of the week. We can see those showers coming up from the south there, and they're going to continue to move in this counterclockwise motion around an area of low pressure that's just to our southwest. And again, bringing in the moisture and bringing in the rain chances, keeping the temperatures down. We're starting off in the mid-70s this morning and warming only into the mid-80s this afternoon. So yes, I said 80s as we don't have any more 90s in the forecast, at least for the next couple of days. We ended that stretch of 90-degree days on Monday with 49 days in a row that we reached at least 90 degrees or more. 86 if you're headed up to the Atlanta airport. No delays as of now. And this afternoon, again, we're going to want to keep the rain in mind. I gave it a yellow. You'll want to slow down. But temperature-wise, again, mid-80s. We'll break down the rest of your forecast and look at those traffic conditions all coming up.
Thank you much, Liz. Let's get you caught up on the news now. 2.5 minutes after 6. In a developing story, a man is recovering this morning after getting shot in the leg during an armed robbery. Police say it happened around 9:30 last night on Armour Road in Columbus. The victim's name has not been released. He was taken to Midtown Medical Center. Officers say at some point during that holdup, the gunman took the victim's cell phone. So far, no suspects have been named. If you have any information in the case, you're asked to contact Columbus Police. Meriwether County deputies say 3 people are in jail this morning for the attack on an 83-year-old woman. More arrests could be possible. This is Cortavius Hurd, Shanquavius Cameron, and Justin Grady. All face multiple charges in connection with the home invasion last Thursday in Grantville. Investigators say the 3 attacked Dorothy Dow in her home, breaking her arms and setting her on fire. Officers say the case is still open, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Meriwether County Sheriff's Office. Ms. Dow, by the way, remains in critical condition. Voters in Phoenix City spent some FaceTime last night with the mayoral candidates at a political forum. Other candidates were there as well, running for the city council as the upcoming city election takes place. The event last night, a political forum sponsored by the Board of Realtors. The candidates introduced themselves, then read 2 questions aloud and provided responses as to why they would best fit the elected position. We spoke with the 2 men running for the highest political seat in the city, the mayor, for their take on events like these.
Everybody needs to be able to know the pulse of the candidate, and that is so important. It has to come from within.
You get in front of the people and let them know what you stand for and what direction you want our city to go.
The election is now less than 2 weeks away, August 23rd in Phoenix City. Those seeking work are getting some favorable news this week as they begin seeing an influx of job opportunities across the Chattahoochee Valley. Various companies are expanding their operations to 3 cities in this area. PharmaCentra and Concentra Solutions announced last week they would be moving their headquarters from Atlanta to Americus. They have begun training an additional 50 employees to go with the over 250 already on the payroll. They also plan to add 10 workers every 1 to 2 weeks. But how will this move down south impact the companies?
I think there's more advantages because there are more folks here. The workforce is hasn't been saturated yet as far as with employment opportunities, and we're here to do that.
Along with these two companies, AFNI will be hosting a job fair tomorrow, hiring 140 workers for their call center in Opelika. If you'd like more information on the influx of jobs from these companies, you can find it on our website, WTVM.com. Two more members of the Army Marksmanship Unit from Fort Benning will be in action today at the Olympic Games in Rio. We are following their progress of all four soldiers in our Military Matters segment.
The news is not so good for the rookie of the bunch. Specialist Dan Lowe, seen here practicing at Fort Benning before leaving for Rio, failed to qualify in the air rifle competition. Lowe finishes 34th. He will compete in a second category Sunday. The shotgun experts are in action this morning. Glenn Eller and Josh Richmond are competing in the double trap event. Eller has won gold before in previous Olympic appearances, and Richmond is the world's top-ranked shooter in the double trap competition.
We wish them both the best of luck. The fourth member of the Marksmanship Unit, Michael McPhail, will compete Friday in the prone rifle event. Staying with the Summer Games, the U.S. is expanding its medal lead this morning with 26 overall. Last night, the U.S. took home 4 gold medals, including Michael Phelps. He added to his record of the most gold medals by winning his 20 and 21st golds. Today, there are 3 swimming finals where Katie Ledecky is expected to add to her count. Today is also the women's table tennis final. 6 minutes after the hour. And this morning we are live at Smith Station High School as News Leader 9 Morning goes back to school. Let's send it back now to Cheryl and Roslyn at Smith Station High School.
Good morning to you, Chuck.
Good morning, Chuck. It's both a happy and sad day here in Lee County, Alabama. Happy because it's the first day of school, but sad because it's the end of the summer vacation.
Yeah, it is over already.
Over already, and that's why we're here live at this beautiful gym at Smith Station High School. The floors are all polished, Roslyn.
Oh my God, when I walked in, it was jaw-dropping for me. I was like, this is just absolutely beautiful. I know the school was probably built maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and when you walk in here, you can tell the school spirit is very, very strong. We're going to give you a view of the gym that we're in right now here at Smith Station High School, and you can actually see that the school letters are engraved in the bleachers. Love that idea.
Look at that.
SSHS for Smith Station High School.
Smith Station High School. Now, for those of you that don't know much about the Lee County school system, we have some information for you. It has 14 schools servicing a little more than 9,700 students. And here's how it breaks down. There are 7 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 5 high schools. There are 1,215 employees across the district, with a little over half of them actually being teachers. Now, we're going to show you a map. The Lee County school system is made up of 4 attendance zones. They are Beauregard, Lochapoka, Beulah, and Smith Station, which is the largest with 7 schools. The white section in the middle is of the map, which is for Auburn and Opelika city schools.
Certainly, and Cheryl, moving to Auburn this morning, where students are heading to school today, but in 2 elementary schools, there is a whole new system. It's called the Raptor Security System, and it is currently in effect at Ogletree and Yarborough Elementary Schools. The system monitors all visitors and checks to see if there are a sex offender or any sex offenders in the area. Now, we spoke with the school safety coordinator, and he showed us how it actually works.
When we have a parent who comes into the office, someone to enter the school for whatever reason, we would simply place their license right here. We would scan that license. As it scans, it's going to check that ID against the National Sex Offender Database.
Really neat device there. Chris Hartman just showed us. He says if the system detects a sex offender, text and email alerts are sent to school administrators and school resource officers, and they say the system could be expanded if it is successful.
Technology at its best, right,
Certainly.
Roslyn? Now, do you remember your first time or just any time riding a school bus?
Oh, yeah. It's always an adventure. You know, as you grow older, though, you grow out of it. But at first, oh, my God, there's like nothing better.
And you called it adventure. And of course, making sure your child is safe on the school bus is paramount for parents.
It is. Brandon Sale is going to tell us now 5 things parents need to share with their children before getting on the bus.
The first day of school is exciting for parents as mom and dad, you're sending your kids off to the first day of school for 2016. And of course, that means getting on the bus. We want to remind you of some bus safety tips. As we get on this pre-K bus, they have a railing for your students to grab as they have these big stairs to climb, as this is one of their first times getting on a school bus. And this morning, I'm joined with the bus driver, Mr. Hugh Wright. And what's the most exciting part for you on the first day of school?
Seeing the kids smile when they get up on the bus and driving the bus for the first time.
When students are on the bus, parents, be sure to remind the kids, don't make loud noises that could distract the driver. Stay in your seat. Don't put your head, arms, or hands out the window. Keep aisles clear of books and bags, and wait for the bus to stop completely before getting up from your seat. Remember, the bus driver is all about safety too.
Well, one thing is that safety is I look around and make sure all the cars are stopped, and I have my lights on, and the kids getting on the bus. We got seat belts on the bus so they can sit down. My favorite part is seeing that smile on the kids' face when they get on the bus and enjoy the ride.
Always remember to have fun on the bus with your friends, but also stay safe. And parents, make sure you let your kids know to remember these safety tips. I'm going to buckle in. I'm not pre-K, but I always need to stay safe.
Great advice to stay safe and buckle up.
Exactly.
Now, as your kids are heading out the door this morning, they may be catching the school bus this morning, so let's get a check of our forecast.
Here's Elizabeth Dearmore with more on your weather.
Thanks, guys. Well, we are looking at a few showers out there this morning, not amounting to too much, but if you are getting in the car, here's your traffic update. We're looking at pretty smooth sailing over there in Lee County. No major issues to report. If you have any problems, download that Waze app, and we can let others know across the valley. Looking at Interstate 185, 8280, looking okay this morning here in Columbus, Macon, Veterans, and Manchester. Also moving pretty smoothly. Now, again, we're going to keep the rain around for the rest of the day. More folks looking at some showers this afternoon. I'll break down that forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Elizabeth. Coming up on News Leader 9 Morning, as we go back to school, the director of the chorus here at Smith Station High School will be talking to us live.
And here are a few back-to-school pictures sent in by our viewers. And don't forget, we want to see your child. Email us your pictures to the address pics@wtvm.com. Again, that's pics. That's pics, P-I-X, at WTVM.com.
Now, from your Storm Team 9 Alert Center, WTVM meteorologist Elizabeth Diamore.
In a row. We finally ended the stretch on Monday. Over the next couple of days, we're talking temperatures in the 80s. So running a little below average for this time of year. As we track those highs, you can see mid to upper 80s through Friday. That's because we're going to have that chance of rain around all the way through Friday and the weekend, as well as the clouds, factoring those two in together, not letting things get too hot. So today is going to be the best shot to see rain around the area. A few isolated thunderstorms are possible, but most folks just seeing showers and seeing those showers throughout most of the day. Not very typical for this time of year because we have this area of low pressure that's to our southwest pumping in that Gulf moisture. So bringing showers to us now and as we go through lunchtime, and then in the afternoon and evening will be the best shot to see those rain and storms. But again, can't factor out some isolated showers out there this morning as we look at the Alert Center radar network. You want to stay tuned to the forecast, and of course you can track any rain right alongside me with the WTVM Weather mobile app. But as we go throughout this afternoon, you can see rain chances start to increase after lunchtime. A few more spotty showers around. Some heavier downpours are anticipated, but mainly just a shower, kind of a wet afternoon. So grab your umbrella and then keep it with you all the way through Friday, because we're going to keep the rain chance up as we go throughout the coming days. But you do notice a steady decline with the rain chance as we head towards the weekend, and that in turn is going to help those temperatures warm up. We're talking upper 80s by Friday, and we will get back into the 90s by the weekend. So we're not done with the 90s just yet this summertime, but we are going to keep those 90s as we head towards next weekend. Let's toss it back to Roslyn and Cheryl that are live at Smith Station High School as we go back to school.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you very much. And, you know, students and teachers here in Smith Station are getting ready to get back into the swing of things. And I have joining me now is the choral director, Faye Haig, who's been here for 18 years. What an accomplishment in itself. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Roslyn. Glad to be here.
We are glad to have you here, and I understand you have made some great accomplishments throughout your tenure here as a choral director. What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the fact when I came 18 years ago, we did not have a choir program. And now we have 5 choirs that sing regularly and compete in competitions, and the kids are just my legacy. That really is the greatest thing about teaching them.
We have some pictures of your experiences throughout the years. Tell us what we're looking at here.
This is when we sang at the Skirmerhorn in Nashville, Tennessee 2 years ago. This was last year. We sing at different churches for our Christmas concert, and that was at Somerville. We sing for the Cotton Mouse, which we'll be doing in October again. This was from our senior concert here at our school, and then finally this was at Carnegie Hall in 2012.
What was that like for you guys?
Unbelievable. I was so excited that we actually made that, because that was on my bucket list whenever I started teaching here, that someday we would sing at Carnegie Hall. And I had to sit there and think to myself, Faye, you're here. The kids are here. It was so exciting.
And you also had another wonderful experience in Nashville in 2014, I understand.
We did. We won a national competition there. It was a Masters in Music competition, and very, very proud of my kids.
And what are you looking forward to this year? This is going to be your last year.
My last year here. We'll be doing our normal singing around the area, but the biggest thing we're looking forward to is in January we sing for the Alabama Music Educators Conference in Montgomery. It's a statewide conference that we were selected. We're probably one of 2 or 3 choirs from the state that was selected to sing for that. We'll do a whole concert. And then on April the 24th, my final concert will be at the River Center, the Bill Hurd Theater in Columbus, Georgia. We're very excited about that.
Well, we certainly wish you and your choir team well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us again. And still ahead on News Leader 9 this morning, when the return of school means the return of homework, of course, and we speak with a professional tutor who tells us how you can help improve your child's study habits. Plus, some students have made it to the top of the hill as they get ready for their senior year. We caught up with one Smith Station senior who says he is prepared for what's to come.
It's News Leader 9 morning as we are back to school in Lee County, Alabama for the first day of school. We are live at Smith Station High School, and the return of school means, of course, the return of homework. And parents, of course, guess what? You can help your child with that.
You certainly can, because most tutors say that children lose about 40% of what they've learned during the summer, what they've learned the previous year or so. While it might be easy to just tell your child to sit down and study, educators say studying is a skill that needs to be taught and refreshed. Misty Mitchell, a professional tutor, tells us how you can teach your child to study.
You sit a child in front of you, in front of a tutor, and you say, okay, read this, and then they read it, and then you talk about it. What did you get out of it? Make sure that they're comprehending what they're reading, and make sure they can think outside the box of what they're being told.
Mitchell says you can also help your child's math skills by simply baking and shopping with them and showing them how numbers apply to real life.
Yeah, and I think she's exactly right. Education is so important.
That's right. And it happens every day. It's not just in the classroom.
That's exactly right. It starts at home. Well, for the past 3 years, Smith Station High School was like a second home to Tyler Jefferson.
That's right. News Leader 9's Irisha Jones spoke with the senior about the first day of his final year.
For the past 3 years, Smith Station High School was like a second home to Tyler Jefferson. Now starting his second year, he's walking the halls of the school to pick up his schedule and meet teachers for the last time.
I'm kind of ready for it, kind of ready to get my senior year out of the way so I can get out the house.
It's time, we're ready. Most schools have already started, some start today.
Jefferson, a football player at the school, is also ready to hit the field for what he thinks will be a great last season.
We're looking pretty good right now. I think we can make a run in the playoffs. And for the school year, just ready to get ready to go to college.
After graduation, he has a few colleges and universities where he wants to continue his education and football endeavors.
Stetson, Jacksonville State, UAB, Auburn, and Rose-Hulman.
But for now, Jefferson will enjoy his friends, studying, and football at Smith Station High School. Reporting for News Leader 9, I'm Irisha Jones.
Well, we certainly wish Tyler all the best in his senior year.
That's right. Well, let's find out if it's going to be a rainy day at the bus stop this morning, Roslyn.
Yeah, Elizabeth Diamore has your answers.
Thanks, guys. Well, we do have some showers around this morning, so you'll definitely want to grab the umbrella because rain chances are going to increase as we go throughout the day. As we break down your day ahead, you can see by your lunchtime hour, 80 degrees with the clouds and the rain. Temperature's not getting too hot, mid-80s, but watch out for the showers. Bring the umbrella, and don't forget, we are giving away these Energy Saver umbrellas here at WTVM. For your chance to win one, visit WTVM.com to fill out a registration form. Tracy Arick from Columbus, Georgia is today's umbrella winner. More news and weather coming up after the break, but first look at today's business break.
Coverage you can count on. This is WTVM News Leader 9.
A Columbus man is hospitalized after being shot during an armed robbery. Find out where this happened and if police have identified a suspect. A bomb threat at a Phoenix City business ends with the suspect walking away from police custody and no charges filed. I'll tell you why ahead.
And News Leader 9 morning goes back to school in Lee County. We're live at Smith Station High School. Coming up, we'll take a look at efforts being made to keep football players safe.
And at the bus stop this morning, a few showers are on the radar, but more rain on the way for your afternoon. I'll break down your forecast ahead.
Hello there and welcome back into News Leader 9 Morning. I'm Chuck Leonard.
I'm Elizabeth Diamore.
And we have another back-to-school special edition of News Leader 9 today as students return in Lee County, Alabama. Our Cheryl, Renee, and Roslyn Giles join us live this morning from Smith Station High School. Morning, ladies. You're back in school, huh?
We are back in school.
We are back in school. Didn't think that would happen anytime soon for us, but we are at Smith Station High School in their beautiful gym with everything parents and students need to know as they start their first day back to school today.
Exactly. It is a lot of fun. Kids will be filing into the school in just a few hours from now as they will begin their first day of school.
And we're going to have everything you need to know, as we said, so we're going to send it back to you right now, Chuck.
We look forward to it. Thank you much. 6:33 the time. Let's get a check of what's happening weather-wise this morning. Here's Liz.
Good morning, Chuck, and a very happy Wednesday to you. I gave your bus ride in this morning an A-. So as the kids get out this morning, make sure you send them with the umbrella, because if you don't have a shower around this morning, this afternoon, you have a better shot to see some showers and even a couple of rumbles of thunder. Looking at a 60% chance of rain, so I gave it a C+. So Troop and Lee County going back to school. Many other kids across the Chattahoochee Valley already back in school. So looking at some clouds and some showers out there this morning, and we'll continue to see that trend the rest of the day. Temperature-wise, we're in the mid-70s. Not too bad starting off and not too hot this afternoon. We are talking mid-80s for your afternoon highs as we are done with the 90s at least for a couple of days. The Atlanta airport, the forecast there, 85 degrees. No delays, looking good there. Your drive time forecast, though, I gave it a yellow because of those showers that we're going to see, making the roads a little wet, making your commute home a little on the wet side. So I'll break down the rest of your forecast, let you know how long the 80s will stick with this, and look at those traffic conditions coming up.
Liz, thank you much. 6:34 our time now. In a developing story, a search is underway in Columbus this morning after a man was shot in the leg during an armed robbery. Officers say he was walking down Armour Road when he was held up. His phone was stolen. All this around 9:30 last night. Police say the victim, whose name has not been released, was taken to Midtown Medical Center. So far, no suspects have been identified. If you have any information in the case, you're asked to contact Columbus Police. Happening today, an autopsy is scheduled for a Phoenix City woman who was killed in a shooting. Officers say they found the woman at the Gardens Apartments on Stadium Drive around noon yesterday. Her name not yet released. Police say they are investigating the case as a homicide, and anyone with information is asked to contact Phoenix City Police. Operations back to normal this morning at the City Cab building in Phoenix City after a man claimed he had bomb materials. This happened yesterday. The man is not in jail, in fact. A City Cab employee called 911 saying a suspicious man walked inside the building with a bag. Officers arrived at the scene around 6 o'clock last night and arrested the man. Per protocol, a hazardous devices response team arrived on scene and sent in robots to confirm whether or not there were bomb-making materials in that bag.
We always err on the side of caution. So, could take a half hour, could take 3 hours. I don't know. It just all depends on the situation and what they locate and what the procedures that they have to follow to take care of that.
Investigators tell News Leader 9 the suspect seemed to be under the influence at the time and was arrested with no resistance. New this morning, credit card processing firm TSYS says some job cuts could be coming in the future. According to a statement from the company, as a result of a new initiative called TSYS 2020, the company expects to have, quote, one-time expenses primarily related to severance. It's not yet known when those layoffs will take place and which positions will be cut. Make sure you stay with News Leader 9 on air and on our free mobile app to get updates as soon as we do. Happening today, AFNI is looking to hire 140 sales and service representatives. That company is holding a hiring event at the Goodwill Career Center in Phoenix City starting at 10 this morning. They are partnering with the Goodwill Career Center to host the hiring event. Applicants must be at least 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, as well as basic computer skills, and be prepared for a criminal background check and pre-employment drug screening. 6:36 now in Alabama as lawmakers prepare for the beginning of a special session Monday. A new lottery proposal is being laid out. State Senator Jim McClendon from Talladega unveiled his plan yesterday. He says it would raise some $420 million for the state per year. McClendon says his proposal would include traditional lottery and electronic machines at dog tracks.
I tell you what, I hope his bill makes it through. That'd be fine with me. If we can help the Medicaid problem and give the people a chance to vote, that will be fine with me.
A similar lottery bill proposed by the governor is estimated to raise $250 million per year for the state of Alabama. Drowsiness is being labeled as a leading cause in fatal crashes, according to a new study. The Georgia Governor's Highway Safety Association found that 21 hours without sleep mimics someone who's had a blood alcohol content level of 0.05%. This finding has prompted the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to expand its definition of impaired driving to include drunk, drugged, distracted, and now drowsy. Officials are saying the best way to stop drivers from doing so while sleepy is improving sleep education and public awareness. In Phoenix City, workers say construction projects could be finished by the end of this month. City leaders say construction off 13th Street and 3rd Avenue will help bring more people to the Riverwalk and the amphitheater. That construction has been ongoing for the past few months. And with the completion, administrators say the construction could pave the way for more spots in the future.
We have several significant retail developments that want to go in that area, but obviously they're not going to go build a store while we're building with the streets under construction.
Leaders say they've had a great summer when it comes to business on the Riverwalk and plan on putting 3 festivals there later this year. It is 6:38. We have more details this morning surrounding the Delta flights controversy. According to the airline, some 90 cancellations are expected to happen this morning, with hopes that the operations will be normalized later today. Yesterday, Delta canceled 775 more flights after a power outage on Monday disrupted global systems. Customers are encouraged to check the status of their flight before leaving for the airport, and folks now have until Tuesday to rebook their flights without incurring a charge. 6:39, News Leader 9 Morning is going back to school. Once again this morning, we're at Smith Station High School, where we rejoin Cheryl, Renee, and Roslyn Giles.
Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, guys.
We are actually here in the gym, and the school bell will be ringing in about 2 hours, around 8:40 this morning here at Smith Station High School for their first day of school.
Yeah, and when some of the kids walk in, of course, some will be excited, others will be nervous. For some, it'll be their first day of high school, and for others, it will be the first day of their last year of high school.
Wow, that's happy and sad, isn't it, Roslyn? Mm-hmm.
Now, here's some information about Lee County schools in Alabama. There are 14 schools in the district with more than 9,700 students. That breaks down to 7 elementary, 2 middle, and 5 high schools. And according to administrators, each school has a different start time. So if you're unsure when your school starts for your child, you're encouraged to contact that school. Now, Lee County schools aren't the only ones starting back to school today. Summer vacation officially ends for students in Troup County, Georgia, as well. Now, and tomorrow, classes resume in Chambers County, Alabama, and at the Lakeside School in Eufaula. You can find all of this information on the homepage of our website, WTVM.com, under the Back to School section. Cheryl?
All right. Thank you so much, Roslyn. Well, teams are getting ready for the first football season of the school year. And this morning we have Coach Adam Fawcett, who joins me as he gets ready for his first year coaching here at Smith Station High School. Good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.
So some of the kids are probably anxious this morning. Are you anxious by it being your first year coaching here?
I think the nerves have kind of settled in. I came in March, so I've seen how a normal school day runs and what the expectations are of the kids. So we've raised those expectations a little bit, and we have coaches in the hallway so the kids know that, especially our guys, they know what the expectations are, getting to class and doing the things they're supposed to do. So I'm interested to see how we do the first day. As a coach, you always worry about that first day of school practice. They've had the first day of school, they've seen all their buddies, they've done all the fun things, and you've got to get them focused for practice. If we can go through the school day and have a good practice at the end of the day, it's going to be a good day for us.
Okay. Now, when did the team actually come together? It was like last week that you all
August
got together?
1st is when we started actual practice. They've been working out all summer. We work out 3 mornings a week at 6:30 in the morning. So for the most part, they're used to getting up early, so none of them should be late to school this morning.
None of them should be late. All right. And really quickly, just talk about how important academics are important as with sports.
One day, and this is what I tell our guys: one day football's over with. So you've got to have another plan. Now, we talk about the percentages that make it to college, the percentages that go to the NFL are very slim. So academics are important. We really are pushing the grades. We're pushing, being on time to class, doing little things in class, sit up front, do what you're asked to do, turn in your assignments, things like that. Plus, we'll do random grade checks every so often to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. We'll have study halls in place and things like that. Because again, and even starting it, we have to, with the 10th graders all the way through. We have 10 through 12 here. Even as a 10th grader, you can't wait until you're a senior to worry about your grades.
Right, you have to start doing it soon. All right. Thank you so much, Adam Fawcett, the coach here at Smith Station High School. Roslyn.
All right, thank you very much, Cheryl. Now, this morning, some students are eager to head back to school because of their love for music. Our Marla Spence takes us into the band room at Hardaway High School, where those students are preparing for on-the-field action. Good morning to you, Marla.
Good morning, Roslyn. Students with Hardaway High School marching band, which are called the Marching Hawks, have been practicing all summer. And as we get closer to the start of football season, we got a chance to see how they are preparing.
You can consider these students at Hardaway High School hardworking and committed to their marching band. Believe it or not, most of these students have sacrificed what most anticipate each year, and that's summer break.
Marching band students are some of the most dedicated students that we have. They have to give up their summer break. They really love music.
Members of the marching band started practice as early as May.
We're here all summer. We're here after school from like 4 to 7, and we practice really hard.
Last year, the band competed in 2 competitions and walked away with 26 awards.
This year, we're looking at going to 3 competitions. The 3 competitions we go to are statewide competitions.
They'll be judged on percussions, color guard, best dance team, and win players. With all of these components, band director Adam Mitchell is confident they'll walk away as winners for another year.
They work very hard to do what they do. It's very difficult to put all the different elements together, and they're really a cut above. So I really enjoy teaching them, and they really work hard.
Second year as band director at Hardaway High School. He says since he's been at Hardaway, the band continues to grow. And with the band's continued growth, Mitchell hopes to somehow get a trailer for new band equipment and revamp Hardaway's 15 to 20-year-old drumline equipment. Back to you guys.
Yeah, I love seeing great bands on the field strut their stuff.
Nothing like it. We're both familiar with bands, aren't we?
Exactly. Yes, we are.
All right, then. Well, thank you so much, Marla.
And, of course, as you're heading out the door this morning, we want to make sure you have no problems on the roadways. We're going to check in now with Elizabeth Dear-Moray with a check of your forecast.
Good morning, Elizabeth.
Thanks, guys. Well, we do have one accident being reported on the Waze app, and that's going to be on 185 northbound near Opelika, right before the Gateway exit there. So if you are traveling on that area, it doesn't look like it's backing up traffic just yet, but could cause problems as more folks get out on the roadways. But as we look other roads around the area, 185, 80 and Highway 280 moving okay this morning, as well as here in the Columbus city limits, Macon Veterans in Manchester. But this is one of those mornings you'll want to get out to make sure you get to school on time and to work on time. So leave with enough time and leave early. More on your forecast is coming up, though.
All right, thank you very much, Elizabeth. Coming up here on Newsletter 9 Morning, we'll take a look at who's celebrating birthdays on this 10th day of August. Plus, the doors will be opening here at Smith Station, who say they are ready for the new year. What they are saying about returning to class is coming up.
The school year officially starts at 8:40 this morning at Smith Station High School in Lee County, Alabama. And with the new school year comes new expectations from the students, the teachers, as well as administrators.
Yes, it does. Now, our Simone Doughton talked with some students and faculty during registration, and she has this report.
Registration day, while it's not quite like the first day of school, it's the next best thing.
Ready to start my junior year because senior year will be here right before you know it.
Caitlin Huggins is one of many students eager to start the new school year. And while some students await this year's academic challenges, others anticipate a great year in sports.
For football season, I'm expecting a big year. We're looking pretty good right now. I think we can make a run in the playoffs.
But before all that excitement begins, students must prepare to tackle the academics of high school life now that summer vacation is over.
We anticipate a great year every year. That's our expectations, and we try to transfer those expectations over to our children.
Smith Station Principal Joaquin Richards was excited to talk about the district's big push towards technology and the use of technology this school year.
They'll have 5 Chromebooks in each classroom. Our technology, we've spent a lot of time with a new program called Baseline Edge, which is going to house all our input with grades and test scores. It's one area where the teacher can go and see pretty much everything about that particular child.
Reporting from Smith Station, Simone Doughton, WTVM News Leader 9.
Well, let's see what your commute is going to be like this morning on the first day of school.
Elizabeth Dearmore is standing by with your weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Well, we do have some cloudy skies across the area. This is the picture live out over Eufaula, Alabama from our Alabama Power Alpha Cam there. So cloudy conditions and also some showers on the radar. As we look here at the Alert Center radar, just a few spotty showers, isolated showers at best. Just not amounting to too much, but making the roadways a little on the wet side this morning. But we're going to increase the rain coverage as we head towards the afternoon. This area of low pressure that's to our southwest is just continually pumping in this Gulf moisture and bringing in the rain all the way through Friday. So as we play out your high-res futurecast, you can see just that. Rain chances increase as we go throughout the morning and the afternoon. 10 o'clock hour, still keeping the clouds around and the rain. By lunchtime, 1 o'clock, you can see more rain on our futurecast. And then by your 3, 4 o'clock hour, time for the kids to get off the bus, time for you to go home, we're looking at our best shot of rain, and a couple of thunderstorms are possible. So grab the umbrella, and don't forget, you can track any rain right alongside me with the WTVM Weather mobile app. And unlike many days in the summertime, we're actually going to keep that rain chance around through the evening hours. Some flooding problems possible along the Florida Panhandle. They've already seen close to 7 inches of rain. Could see another 2 to 3 or even 4 inches more before it's all said and done as we head towards the weekend. That area of low pressure going to move off to the west, and rain chances steadily decline as we head towards Saturday and Sunday. We're talking 80s for the next couple of days, done with the 90s at least through Friday, and we'll see the 90s return by Saturday, Sunday, and into next week. Chuck.
Thank you much. 6:52 now. It's time for the McDonald's WTVM Birthday Club. If your photo is shown on the air, you can receive a gift card for a free ice cream sundae from McDonald's. You will have to come by WTVM within 15 days to pick that up. Make sure you bring a valid ID. If you'd like to see a birthday picture on the air, just email it to us, birthdays@WTVM.com. It must be sent 7 business days in advance to get on the air. Here are some folks who are celebrating. We'll be right back.
And we are looking at your forecast today in the 80s with some showers and storms around for many folks. So bring the umbrella to work today. Not the best day to get out doing hunting and fishing, but here's your Connie Bank fishing game forecast for today. 7:40 in the morning and 8:40 in the evening. And we're going to keep the rain around, Chuck, for the next several days. Looking at a good coverage of showers all the way through Friday and holding in those 80s through Friday, too. So a nice little treat with the rain. Is not too hot.
We certainly thank our folks out at Smith Station High School this morning, Cheryl, Renee, and Roslyn, Giles. Do have a good, today is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
GMA is up next. We're back with an update at 7:23.